I haven't actually did online dating or any sort of dating apps in years. But apparently when I used to do them, I was lucky. Now this has been going on for a while, and the clip that you're gonna sit there and see today, just demonstrates it demonstrates a couple of things. One, the dangers of online dating or using dating apps, and two, it's 2025 and people still refuse to get jobs and rather do this instead.
He thought he was meeting a woman for a first date after an online connection, but it turned out to be a setup instead. He was ambushed, shot at, and robbed. That's when the victim fled and the attackers stole his car and his cash.
Rick Chambers is live in MacArthur Park with details on the dating app ambush and the suspects police are looking for. Rick.
Yeah, Micah, it's Rampart gang detectives that have been working this case for about 3 weeks now, and they're looking for two couples who have been targeting online daters. These are the four robbery suspects that police are looking for. And this woman in particular, they say lured our victim off an online dating site.
When they met in person, the female suspect had asked the victim to drive to a secluded area in our Rampart area.
This is that street near downtown, and they weren't there very long when
two additional suspects came over, and one of the male suspects had opened the door of the victim's vehicle. He pointed a gun at him, demanded his property.
They also demanded at gunpoint that the victim unlock his phone and hand over his passwords.
Throughout the night, that same night, what they did was they actually made various transfers. They bought many things that totaled about $20,000.
It gives me the goosebumps, actually.
Daniel Contreras lives nearby and says he'll make some adjustments now to his routine.
Maybe just aware on the online situation, and to be more aware and the lookout.
And detectives say that the robbery at gunpoint wasn't the end to our victim's nightmare.
The male suspects actually shot towards the victim who was seated in his vehicle. The victim in fear actually fled the location and left his vehicle back there.
The robbers came back 3 hours later and stole the man's car, dumping it nearly 7 miles away in this alley just off 56th and Central, and then set it on fire. At this point, police have these photos to work with, but no arrest yet. As is often the case in these types of crimes, police are asking any.
Yeah, that's obviously, the red flag was when she was like, "Oh, well, let's sit there and go to like a secluded area or whatever," right? But y- the second part when I sat there and said was like, people refuse to sit there and get actual jobs. Like, listen, I get that retail could be tough, but Jesus fucking Christ, the world we live in now. It's the world we live in. Um, and like I said, this isn't the first time that I've seen stories like this. Like, you could just sit there and just type in this story, and you'll see a ton of them just happening. And it's unfortunate. Lighting a guy's car on fire. What was the point? And what was the point of sitting there going back to that like location 3 hours later to take the car to drive several miles to sit there and burn it? Like, what was the point of that? And honestly, tell you the truth, it's going to be very short victory because like, yo, your face is like it's plastered on the internet. There's only going to be a matter of time before they want to getting caught. And they bought a bunch of stuff. Bought a bunch of stuff to sit there and probably send to like places or whatever. You don't think that they're not going to sit there and track that? Like they spent like $1,000 something dollars, like it was a shopping spree, and they act like they're not going to get caught. Um, and the thing is, when they do get caught, you're gonna probably see that like they've been arrested a ton of times. But that's the justice system. That's something entirely separate. But yeah, it just sucks. People always sit there and say, do old fashioned, just meet people in bars or lounges or whatever, or church. Do people still sit there and meet each other in churches anymore? Because after that, I'm starting to sit there and think about that. Anyway, Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video.